Hi, welcome, and assalamu alaikum, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on your time zone. And once again, thank you very much for tuning in time. So we are moving ahead with another important topic today, and which is mostly we are for almost everything every day we are focusing on our championship as the major thing. Before even completing our 100 days of program, our complete focus is going for that. Okay, so a very important session we have today. I'm looking for all of you are actually participating and taking a notes, and I'm 100% sure you'll have a lot many questions today when we discuss about this topic. Okay, so to further, without wasting much time, I'll jumping with my PowerPoint presentation. I would like you to get settled in and take a pen and paper, and if you drink a coffee, a tea, or what are the beverages you drink, or water, please keep it with you, because today the problem is now we have so many points and we'll be going quite faster with the points, because to cover entire thing, I think today only one day only we actually planned for glossary. I'll try to finish that one because we have very less number of days is coming up now. Okay, so thank you so much all of you once again, and I'll connect to the PowerPoint at the moment. Okay, so once again, officially I welcome all of you to the Digital Mastery 100 Days Challenge. Today, our 88th day of 100 days, and October 17th on Saturday. I'm live from Doha at 6 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so today's topic we're going to discuss about something, a glossary of digital marketing. So we discussed so many times the different terminologies and other stuff. Today, majorly we are discussing about on a digital marketing aspects. Okay, so various terminologies and idioms, and we are going to use. So exactly we are going to cover here. So what exactly a glossary? So when you look at when you Google it, when I Google about what exactly glossary, when we always say glossary. So when you look at it in the Google it, you get a definition like that. So a glossary, also known as a vocabulary of a clause, is an alphabetical list of terms and particular domain of knowledge with a definition for those terms. And that's what exactly glossary. Basically, when we start working together on a particular industry or a particular product or a particular market, and we use certain so idioms, sometimes language, sometimes some kind of a words. So that exactly glossary means here. So a glossary includes terms within the domain knowledge, newly introduced some of the words we may not be familiar at all. We never heard about some of the word, and every day or every year we can see around 10, 20, 30 words new came to the digital marketing industry, and we need to be familiar with that. Suddenly we start hearing some of the words, and we will be wondering. And now, especially those who are starting journeying with us now, you might have not heard about so many wordings, so many methods, so many what do you call for that? So many terminologies. Basically, you'll have, it's very uncommon. It's not with a common people, or generally we may not use it, but because of specialization we use this one. So this is exactly the glossary means here. Now here in this today, when you talk about what exactly a glossary in the digital marketing aspects. So here we have I'm going to share with you an alphabetical list of terminologies for a digital marketing perspective, and their definition and other terminology. Not even e-commerce. Sometimes some of the things, even though we're using in digital marketing, even in the digital business segment, there are few terminology. We may not be using the same term for there. There's a slightly different. So that's exactly the point here is talking about the terminology using in the industry. Okay. Now, this also include some of the newly introduced one. Few of the things as uncommon. That's an important point. That's the reason I would like you to take the notes. Two options. If you have an access to the mastermind, you can ask the questions in the mastermind. If you don't have an access to the mastermind, that's coming Thursday, most probably the last Q&A session of our 100 days. So you may ask the questions over there as well. So it's a specialization. There are so many specialized words out there. So please try to understand if you go further with us with campaigning, with various kinds of implementation of the strategies, you need these terminologies to understand. When especially you work with a lot of experts, a lot of strategists, so they will use this terminology. So please understand that is very important for you to follow that communication. So these kind of a thing become very important for us. So why it is another reason for important is because important is to learn and implement. So this is not only just learning, all these things, the wordings which you are going to listen today onwards, you will be using these words within an hour time tomorrow onwards. It will be part of your life, and definitely during the 30 days of a championship period, you will be using these terminologies. You will be asking, or you're communicating. This one will be so to learning, and we also should implement this part. And we also need to understand what exactly it means. Something which you say, okay, so CTR, click-through rate. So what exactly click-through rate? And strategy to CRO, conversion rate optimization. How do you increase the conversions? So what is exactly conversion rate optimization? And increasing of the CRO strategy we have to implement. So to implement the CRO strategies, we should know what exactly CRO stands for. So this is another thing. And now another important point is, so very, very important point. Usually whoever come to the company or whoever start working with us or with any of the webinar, any of the workshop and the seminar, first thing which I always do it is we make sure that is we are always on the same page. So whatever we communicate, we need to make sure that is we are on the same page, right? So now usually this is a typical example I ask everyone who attend my workshop. The question is actually, what is the color of the orange? So obviously people say orange, right? It's not necessary. Sometimes we also see a green orange, right? So usually when we speak, we see, the moment when I ask you about the orange, you are not seeing the spelling of ORANGE. You're basically seeing in your vision, there is a picture of an orange. That orange has a color. That orange has a size. So are you sure about that exactly that color and size which I meant? Not necessary, because what the image coming to, you're not thinking ORANG. That's exactly common between us. But the moment when I say orange, what you're understanding, what you're visualizing is basically an image and picture, which I'm not put it out here. It comes to your mind already. So we want to make sure that is what I meant and you meant is sure. So actually I meant is a green orange, but you thought is this is the color of the orange, and you have put the color of the orange, right? So it can also, even the green have multiple colors, right? These are the colors. When you look at it, these are the colors of orange. You can see these colors orange in the market, right? All these colors are orange colors. Now, even a size of the orange, when you say, I don't know what the size of the orange you thought about it. Can be big, can be small, can be medium, right? So when I say you go and buy orange, you will come back and buying maybe a bigger orange. Actually, what I meant is maybe a small orange in a green color, or maybe different color. So there are a lot many communication gap can happen if we are not on the same page. And actually I meant this. When you asked me, one of the favorite fruits of mine is orange, but I like a green orange than the other orange. And so that's a very important point to understand actually. And when we work together, when you're working with the client, when you're working with the mentees, when you work as a consultant, when you have experts, maybe when you're dealing with a Google professionals or a Google campaign, Facebook professional with the Facebook campaign, the terminology which they are talking to us, we should be able to understand, right? So very important. When you look at it, there's orange itself, technically understanding of this become very important. So there are different kinds of orange available in the market, different colors, different taste, different size. So very, very important. So this is a point I would like to mention here. Here we may have a different idea about understanding. So today the purpose of understanding a digital marketing glossary is so making us on the same page. We all of us know before we go ahead and doing our campaigns of 30 days of a championship, part of our 100 days, so immediately after completion of the 100 days of program. So when we start implementing, we'll have a lot of communication, internal, external, and important to implement that is to understand as well. So that's the purpose today. So I would like you to take that seriously. Please make the notes and ask the question, and also Google it, various things to understand more about it. And anything is more, definitely we'll discuss in detail in the mastermind, or maybe in the Q&A session, we can discuss in detail, okay? Now, digital marketing glossary, when we start with the first one, this is one of the things we'll start with, ad. All of you know what is ad, right? So what exactly ad? A marketing communication message conveyed to the consumer. So you've seen as different kinds of an ad. When we say ad here, it's a marketing communication. and it has a message, and it's targeted to the consumers. Now, when you see so many different ad as well, but here when ad we say whatever in the digitally we communicating through various platforms, which can be through Facebook, can be Google, can be through mobile devices, can show through any other website, or maybe to show to the desktop, or maybe an OS-based communications. It can be with maybe YouTube in a video-based communication, can be in-app advertisement, can be pop-up advertisement. So here is an ad. It means AD stand for that's directly talking about a marketing communication, and it has a message to buy a product, to avail something, to motivate something. That's exactly we are talking about the ad here, and it's a targeting completely consumer. So I believe this is one of the things we have to ad campaign. So we are going to use this word very often now. Okay. The another thing is called ad click. So what exactly ad click means? So a click on an ad impression server in a period of being measured. So then somebody clicking on it, because it's not a small thing, because first of all, we all will be trying to get a click on ad. Okay, number one. And the moment they're clicking on ad, there is a very important to have a conversion starting from there, so that we are happy about somebody clicked an ad, but that's also counted for a payment. So immediately click ad, Google, Facebook, like companies will be charging us as well. So that's called click ad. Okay. Now something called ad impression. This is another way we pay with the money, right? Every impressions we pay the money to the Google or a Facebook or whichever the maybe network we are using. So ad impression means a consumer being exposed to an online ad. That's it. It's just quite difficult to explain to the define to the people. That means one or the other way the consumer, the end user or the user has seen the ad. It can be a simple line with a click, can be a word with the HTML link, or maybe it can be with a display ad, can be a video ad. Some of the things a person is exposed. He's not even clicked on that. So the moment that's shown, it's count as an impression. So you know that is every impression we has to pay. So based on a CPI, something called cost per impression. So most of the companies, those who display an advertisement for us, they charge one of the measurement they use is CPI, cost per impression. Every impression they charge us. So impression means with just showing the ad. Okay. Now there is something called ad impression arrival. Okay, so this is a very important strategic point of view when we discuss about the campaign design time. We'll be discussing in detail called ad impression arrival. What exactly ad impression arrival? So a user arriving at a site who has been exposed to an ad, so the behalf of the site. For example, now somebody click on ad, and he arrived. The click to go and land in the maybe landing page or to the website, gone to the maybe a YouTube. So wherever he is arriving, so that is called ad impression arrival. So that somebody from the impression they came to where the advertiser intended to reach. The campaign design person decide to reach. Okay, when they click here, so that's called an impression arrival. So impression arrival is a very, very important point. That means you are going to show your advertisements to hundreds and thousands of people on a daily basis. And very few people look at your website. You look at your ad. I mean, look means they actually focus on ad, because we might see so many advertisements, we don't even bother what it is, right? But few people read about it. Once they read it, then they click it. The person who's clicking actually can be your lead. So from billions of people, we need thousands of people to buy. And this filtering process is basically various levels. So one of the filtering processes that somebody seen ad, when he clicked it and he arrived in your website, that is the beginning of a relationship. That is the beginning of a business. That's the beginning of a connection with a person to start with. So that's the reason the ad impression arrival, very, very important chart. So keep in mind ad impression arrival. Okay. Now there is something called ad network. So what exactly ad network? So one of the things all of us are going to use now various kinds of ad network. So it's basically a kind of a system. It aggregates ad inventory from the publishers and operators of efficiently matched inventory with advertisers' demand. That's the way the definition. But actually, what exactly it is? So which we discussed about in the digital display ad in the last week. It's basically a Google Display Network. It can be an ad. No, it can be there. Okay, so GDN is actually basically Google's display network. So Google, not only Google websites, whichever the ad is connected to through Google AdSense, as well as it comes under GDN. So it's an example. So there is another thing. A double click was a network earlier. Now it's not there. It is Google purchased and made as a Google company now. So, but the same methodology is working there. There is actually publisher. So, which are the companies we wanted to release an advertisement, which are the website we want to release an advertisement, and publisher gives publishes, but a network decide that is. In the physical world, if you wanted to compare this one, not exactly this way. Now, if you, let's say you are a manufacturer of soap, you are a branded soap, you wanted to sell the soap through an advertisement. So basically, you go to a TV commercials or a newspaper advertisement. So you don't directly go to the TV commercials. You don't directly go to the newspaper. You go to the ad agency. The ad agency then buy the media and give it to us to the advertisement. So here is ad agencies basically is not there. There is something called ad network is there. So ad network, like an ad agency decide, okay, you are selling this soap, the target audience is this, okay, you better to release this kind of a TV channels. So they sort out which are the TV channels they can do, and which based on a geographical area, based on your target audience, your psychographics of the customer, demographic of the customer, they decide to whom we should show the advertisement. Same way, newspaper advertisement. So you are selling this soap in Qatar. So which are the target audience you can sell it? Maybe you're planning to sell to Arab, so you target Arab newspapers and maybe the English newspapers. And you're not targeting non-Arabs or non-Qataris, you're not planning. So you will not put in a Malayalam newspapers or a Hindi newspaper or an English newspaper or an Urdu newspaper here. So, but if you are planning entire people in that particular region, particular country, you go for a multiple language as well. So all these decisions is made by the ad agency when you deal with them for advertisement. So same here, when you decide to go for a campaign, so GDN's an example, a Google Display Network decide which are the places they show an ad, which are the things include which we discussed in the last meeting. This is Google Display Network, which include so many aspects, right? One is whoever is using a Google AdSense and publishing the various kinds of an advertisement, various blogs and websites, they do that. YouTube is another place. Google search is another thing. The Google also do in a Gmail, they show an advertisement. So all the things and put together one place. This is Google show the network. Google show the advertisement. So that exactly a network means. So ad network. So tomorrow we will be discussing about various kinds of network which we can use for digital marketing campaign purpose. So which ad network to use, we should have a clarity, and we need to understand the strength of the ad network. We also should understand their, the pricing and how they charge us and how they buy the media, etc. is important. So almost same like, if you're starting an affiliate marketing, as you start an e-commerce business, then you have an affiliate marketing. So you go to publishers. So to go to publishers, instead of going directly to the publishers, you go to affiliate networks. So here, advertisement network, there is an affiliate network. Sometimes the affiliate networks also play as an ad network role. So especially you're going for a CPM model or a CPI model, cost per million model or a CPI model or a CPA model. Ad network, the affiliate networks simply act as ad network. They just simply buy out the publisher website, whoever having affiliate website. So similar to that, but here in the digital marketing segment, if it is affiliate glossary I'm discussing with you, how would I take in that example? So here I'm talking about digital marketing glossary. So digital marketing point of view, ad network is similar to advertising agency, where the Google like a company's Google display network show the advertisements to the people. So that exactly here we are talking about ad network. Okay, I believe all of you understood. Any more questions on this, please ask me. It's a very important part. Okay, note down your questions and we'll discuss in the mastermind in detail. Okay. Now, this ad can be appear beside any search result, like you Google has seen a search result, and against the keywords and based on advertiser. Here is not only the company or a website they choose, even the keyword, especially in the Google when they search, the advertiser decide which consumer is typing what kind of a keyword. Based on that, also I want the advertisement to be shown. That's supposed to. So that's another point here. Okay. Now we'll go to the next one is ad space. So what exactly ad space? An area within a mobile app or a website dedicated to display an ad. You've seen a various website in the front page home banner. On the right side there is a banner. There's a different types of boxes of a different display ad. We discussed about the different display ad and the display ad, which we discussed in the last week about display network, part of a digital marketing program. So various kinds of a banner, small and big, different sizes, square and rectangular, all this different type we have seen it. And we also discussed about the homepage takeover advertisement, and now we have discussed around 35 different kind of a display ad model. So this actually need a space in the website or a mobile app, right? The mobile app. Usually in the website you might have seen in the homepage there is a banner, and below there is a banner. There's a right side there is a banner. So that's a space allotted for advertisement is called ad space. It's very simple. There's a space. So look that space and take that one. Okay. Now come to the next one. Is a unique user. So add unique user. What is add unique user? So add unique user is very important to understand, like a unique user. Now, when you are paying the money to the Facebook or a Google, so you again and again see one advertisement. So it's actually Google treat you as only one unique device for one day. So today, a computer or your mobile phone used to see one. So they will not show to one person so many times, 20, 30, 40, 15 times the impressions, and don't count. It's only unique ad. They say that is a unique user is one. Google defined this in 24 hours time. Any device if I use, if as a consumer, I see an ad, Google consider as only one time I saw. Okay, so in one website. But when I go to another website, I see the same ad there. Again, that's a unique user for that website. Then I went to YouTube, a unique user for that YouTube channel. So unique user, that's a very important word to save our money. So we need to make sure that we don't want one person for more money to be spent on it. So we have to limit the budget here. So if these kind of words, if you miss it, when we do a campaign, we will have a problem. So make sure that we have a real measurement for these activities. Okay. Then something called ad unit. So what exactly ad unit? So ad unit is basically you put in a banner, a website banner or a mobile banner. So there you have a lot of creative assets. So that's called a unit. So for example, you have banner with a word, with an image, with a link, with the phone numbers. So you keep it in the one unit. So that's called a one unit. So when we say the unit, you need to understand how many units you have. How many units, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 different units may have. So that's called ad unit. So this ad unit will be in an ad space. This ad space will have an ad impression. That ad impression will have ad unique user. And when they click, will have ad arrival page. So hope you're getting it. Everything is connected. So all the terminology is important for us to understand going for a campaigns. Okay. Now, of course, and the important part, who gave the advertisement is the advertiser. Whoever is, an individual or an organization, they wanted to convey the message for a particular purpose with efficiently and effectively. So I'm going to spend money to generate a business. So the moment I'm going to put an advertisement. So what is the reason I'll put advertisement? Because I need a conversion. I need a business. I want to make a profit, right? That's the purpose I'm putting a money on advertisement purpose. So when I'm putting an advertisement, so if each penny I spend, each dollar I spend, I need a return on investment. So whether it is ad unit or maybe ad space or my creatives, my communication, my message, my link, my reaching to my websites, everything is very important for me. Not only to reach, he need to buy the products from me. So that is the message I want. Hey, buy from me. That's a message altogether, right? Hey, buy this product from my website. I want to make a profit. That's exactly the communication. But that's where we don't say. We talk to what they understand, their problems, their solutions, their offers, their interest, their attention, their desire. That exactly we target, right, to get the result. So we need that kind of a message to convey. So here is advertiser means a person is spending money for conveying the message, put publishing on it. So advertiser, basically why we call him advertiser. Advertiser important, him to get a result. Don't forget that. So when we act as a consultant, or when you act as a social media influencer, you'll have a lot of advertisers coming to us. And remember that advertiser is paying you money is basically to conveying the message efficiently and effectively. So what does efficiency means and effectively means? When you effectively communicate it, efficiently communicate, we'll get a conversion. Conversion leads to the business. So that's an important point to be noted down. Okay. Now, next is alt text. Now, alt text is a kind of a description of the graphics in a website. It's called alt text. There is in the description, graphic description is there. That's called alt text. Okay. So this is, we'll discuss in detail about the campaign time. The another thing which we already discussed called analytics. Analytics is a major thing we already discussed, and all of us, we decided to use also called the GA, Google Analytics, right? So what exactly analytics stand for? Analytics stands for, it's a very important point to understand. There's compared to any other physical methods which we are in the market, it's completely different now. So basically, analytics is a technology and a measurement system to understand what is happening in the digital marketing part. So now, based on what other things happened, we can actually remodify the campaign. So when we look into the analytics, we understand how many people seen, who are the people seen, how they did, how many of them clicked it, what are their phone numbers, and which devices they clicked, how often they clicked it, and what are the preferences they have on us, when they're looking at the different unit, and what are the frequency they're clicking on it. And when they come to the website, what they did it, how much time they stayed back, are they male or a female, and what kind of a psychographic and demographic people come to my website. From there, I made a business or not. And what are the major source of revenue, source of the revenue, the traffic, okay? From that traffic, I'm making revenue or not. All these things is basically considered when we go for analytics. How do we get all these details? So it's through Google Analytics, an example. Even every campaign, every digital marketing campaign we do, we have that analytics. Even email marketing, we discuss about the analytics, right? So analytics is very important, and very often, almost on a daily basis, we should look into our analytics, and then we'll understand what is happening. Otherwise, we'll not have any idea what is happening around. So it's important to understand from the analytics. And analytics is a real blessing. You think about there is no analytics, how difficult would have been to do an online business? Absolutely, we no idea we'll have. So within no time, actually, we can reconfigure that. For example, you have a budget of $10,000, and you did a first $100 money started charging your credit card. Then you understand the people who are coming to your website is not your target audience. So you don't have to train out and $10,000. Immediately you can rework on it. Hey, this is not my target audience. Some of the configuration you did for ad network, some of the display content may be wrong, messages may be wrong, and you define as a consumer is wrong. So that's the reason Google Analytics is very important. And you also we to get a traffic to our website, we use so many various source of traffics. Like we'll have to do an email campaign. We do search engine optimization. We do search engine marketing. We do display advertisement network. We do remarketing. We do retargeting. We will also go for a social media marketing. We go for influencer marketing. We also go for mobile application marketing, mobile marketing. All the things we do. So which one is giving a better result? So many calls is coming. You may not understand from where the call is coming. And so many people are buying from your website. We don't understand how the people are buying from website. So Google Analytics will give you how many people came through an email, how many people came through search, organic search, how many people came through search engine marketing, how many people came through Facebook retargeting, how many people came through Google marketing, how many people through LinkedIn marketing. All the things we are able to see. And this is very important to take this measurement and think and analyze. So that's exactly the place we need to take decisions. We need to understand this insight. Very important. So please don't forget this. Analytics is the most important part of the campaign. So then you will get a complete answer of what you are doing. Otherwise, we will be completely taking a gambling. So we not understand about the campaign at all. Okay, so important that is those who already got a website, I recommend you to sign up with the Google Analytics as early as possible to install it. If you have any problem installing, send us to mail to info@adm.qa. We will install the Google Analytics account for your affiliate website. So please do that is at the earliest, then you can start functioning it is, okay. Otherwise, you may not have any idea of where the traffic is coming from, okay. Now, there's another thing called analytics tools. So, which we discussed about the Google Analytics is another tool. So there are a lot of softwares and web application, and which will indicate activities taken properly, and if there's an impact or not. So there are different analytics tools like a Google Analytics. There are paid tools. There are different campaign tools we can use. Mostly are a paid one. The reason is these are very expensive things. This is this and people actually really value, and this is also come with something called artificial intelligence, where based on your behavior done with your websites, and then artificial intelligence tell you what kind of a customer he is, what the product he's more interested in. Let's say an example. I went to a website. I'm trying to buy a computer. I went to a laptop. I want to buy a laptop. So first I went to computer laptop session. Then I went to Mac. Then I went to PC. Then I went back to the Mac and looked at the price. Then I came back to the PC and bought a PC. Or I've not even bought. I just looked into PC again and again. I spent more 10 minutes there, more than 3. So based on this information, they're derived that the consumer is not yet decided which you need to buy. He's okay for a Mac, and he also okay for a PC. So he's comparing. The moment he went to the PC Mac, he saw the pricing. So by looking at the price, he came to a PC laptop to buy. From the laptop section, he noticed various things, and reasonably good price one, and that one he's trying to search it again and again, which means he's looking to buy the products. So as analytics, you get this one. So AI will suggest you this client is a price conscious client who's looking to buy a price conscious laptop. So then when you do a remarketing campaign or a retargeting campaign, you don't promote an expensive laptop to him. You only show him a laptop which is reasonably priced. So this is an important part. So this is very important. I would like you to get these things in your mind. So this is very important. So this kind of tools are available for us to have it, to use it in detail. So we'll have a complete idea what is happening in our website. Okay. Then app. So I don't have to tell you what. I think all of you know what is app. That is app is an application. It's usually a small and specialized program which is downloaded usually to the mobile devices. Sometimes it can be into the desktop as well. Now, but what is more important for us is app monetization. App monetization in two ways. It is important to us. One is app monetization. If you made a mobile application, you can have your own app monetized with advertisement. So you can make money with your app. But so as a digital marketing point of view, here when you look at it is, you need a lot of you want to show the advertisement of your products or a service in the other app. So it's basically you're showing to the right audience. So make money from a mobile app through advertising. That's one way to look at, and off promotion or other methods also. So for example, you're selling a fitness equipment. So now fitness app, there are so many fitness apps, about the Fitbit target which you have, or you on a diet app you have on how many minutes you walk, how many feet, how many kilometers how many meters you walk today. Like various apps is there. So these apps are monetized apps. So if you are selling, you're an affiliate company or OSM or e-commerce company, you wanted to sell a product through advertisement, and you can choose these kind of mobile applications to display your ad. So this is an important part. App monetization, you can use that way. Now, something called an average position. So average position, we're showing it as actually ad, which an ad appears on a search result page. We're showing it in the average position. That's called average position out there. Okay. Now something called average visit duration. So this average visit duration, duration of the session. It is, it is happening, how much time, a visit has occurred in that particular page. That's fine. Okay. Then called banner ad. So all of you know, a banner ad is simple, create your assets in the hyperlink. It will be there. No, normally in the ad you can see when you click it, it goes to the hyperlink. There is a good creative look and feel. Image will be there. URL will be there. Phone numbers will be there, and some other information will be there. Of course, come to motivating messages will be there to people to create an attention and desire and interest and taking action, etc. This is called a banner. Okay. Now blog. All of you know what is a blog. I think we are going to have an exclusive section on a blog. So blog is basically a kind of a website with regular entries of a commentary, description of events, and other embedded multimedia. You can put many other things. And you can have graphics, videos, and presentations, and infographics, everything you can have. Now, the blog is, I'm not spending much time here now, and because of blog, we are going to have one full day session. So blog is an important place for us to get a conversion, especially when we do a funnel-based marketing. So some of us will be using a funnel-based marketing. In that, blog will play a major role. Plus SEO marketing, search engine optimization, and search engine marketing, blog will play an important part. And a good number of sales margin, the percentage of the conversion which we got, we are going to get from a blog. So a blog is basically, in terms of SEO, in terms of marketing, is will play a major role. That's one of the reasons even our platform is integrated with the blog. So you can have a blog. So putting an advertisement, it's not putting an advertisement alone. The decisions come from a blog is much faster. Even a Google rank blog is much better. So in detailed session, I think this is one of the portions we never we did not discussed about even our website time. So now I think within this week itself, we have one full day session on a blog and how to make money with a blog as well. Okay. So here in the digital marketing point of view, how we use the blog for putting advertisement. So there are a lot of good bloggers where you can actually partner with them and offer them sponsorship, or you can also part of a network. You can actually have a advertisement displayed on the blog. And as you might have seen, blog is usually filled with a lot of advertisement. So you can utilize that as well. And of course, for a blog, we'll have a very targeted audience. A person is normally not interested, will not go to that blog. The real interested people, the consumer, which you want to target, you can actually target in the blog. Okay, so that's a good thing about the blog part. Okay. There's something called bounce rate. So bounce rate is basically from an entry page, a person leave it immediately. That's called actually a bounce rate. Now, bounce rate is maybe he only come to the first page. First page can be a landing page, can be home page, and he leave less than 19 seconds. Less than 20 seconds, if he leaves it, it actually comes under bounce rate. So that's called a bounce rate. So bounce rate, we have to reduce it. We have an important caution on it, how to reduce the bounce rate. That's important as well. Okay. Now there's something called campaign and ad groups. So what exactly campaign and ad groups? Okay. Now when we go for a campaign or digital display network, this is going to be a part and parcel of our life now if you're planning to do a digital marketing. So campaign and ad group, this is two terminology the expert is going to use. So campaign is organized as actually, it's a particular campaign about something. Like for example, now we did a campaign for now online shopping mall. We did one campaign, and it has a different ad groups. So that's the way we get organized in a in the advertisement space. So different ad groups will be used for promotion and identifying which are the ad group to be promoted more. Like this campaigns and ad group will be defined and explaining to the people on it. Okay. Now another one is a canvas application. So canvas application is that a lot of context and visually connected with the Facebook business page instead of application consumed elsewhere on a Facebook. Okay. So now this is a very important part on a so Facebook advertisement part. When you do canvas application, now will be displayed in a different place of a Facebook content. Okay, not where it's connected with the same business page. Okay, another one is a channel. The purpose of the channel in a website or a book or a term is to describe an individual social network. Okay, like that. Now we can say something I'm specifically doing it is. Okay. Now something like click. What is it? Very simple. Somebody clicking on it. That's it. So very simple. How many click you got at CPC or cost per click? How much it is? And very simple. Click. All of you know what is a click is. Now, based on a click, there's a few other things comes under. So one of the important one is CTR, click-through rate. So click-through rate is very importantly, we discussed in 2 times. One is on a YouTube. Click-through rate is a very important part to get a good payment. The advertisement payment to increase is a click-through rate is important. And CTR, here is even in the email marketing, we discussed about the click-through rate. So it's basically click-through rate is the number of clicks businesses ads receives divided by number of times ad is shown. So that's the way the click-through rate is considered. So number of time and the kind of an impression, how many impressions they're seeing, and how many people clicked on it. So this is an important measurement for almost all algorithms. Whether it's YouTube algorithm, whether it's Google algorithm, it's important to have a good click-through rate. So CTR is a very, very important aspect when you look into analytics. So your CTR is the important aspect for many of the algorithm influence. So CTR to be increased always. Then another thing is called in the click to call. This is very common when we do advertisements on a through a mobile devices. When you do a Google campaign or a Facebook campaign or Instagram campaign or Microsoft campaign, whichever the campaign you do, you have an option in the every ad putting in a clicking to call to particular numbers. This is considered as one of the best advertisement methods. So the moment I'm seeing an ad, immediately I'm connecting that person. So through a mobile ad. So this is a very, very important aspect on it. So the click to call, the advertisement, especially if you are planning to generate a lead, one of the best method to do advertisement aspect. Okay. Now, completed download is another terminology which we are going to be utilizing, and various aspects of the completion of download, and especially that when we use a download-based market, like every download we pay sometime. Especially are doing an application marketing, every download we pay. So that means the download above 95% is actually considered as a completed download. That's another challenge, because sometimes if not 100% completed, consumer is not getting, but the company's charges. So there's a one debatable thing is that, so remember at this point, completed download does not mean 100%. Above 95% is considered. That's sometimes an opportunity. Sometimes it's good for us. For example, somebody purchasing something from us, and after 95% job or disconnect, still we are right to have a price for it. Okay, but still next time we have to give it free, because it's not good. If he's not getting, he'll not be good, right? But when you are doing a marketing, it's a completed download when the other person getting this one. Okay, typically in a video or audio, a transfer, especially from the internet to user's device. So whether it's a mobile or a desktop, or maybe to a laptop, or whichever the devices using, can be for a Siri, going to the watch, or a Google, or a Alexa, or you can have a Google Home. Whatever the devices, not only computers and laptops now, various devices we use, a tablet or an iPad, or everything you can have to be transferred, and greater than 95%. So not 100%, that's one challenge. Remember, this is a risk we need to understand about when you're doing that market on it. Okay. Now, here is a conversion. So what exactly conversion? So we will be talking a lot many about conversion, right? So conversion is activities carried out by a user that fulfill the intended purpose. The purpose, based on a purpose and objective, we need to define the conversion. A web page, example, downloads, filling the form, purchases, contacts, and newsletter subscription, all are something called conversion. So you're doing a campaign to get your newsletter subscription. So what is the conversion there? There's a conversion is basically number of people subscribing for your newsletter. Some cases you wanted to generate a lead, you want people to register for a webinar, it's a free webinar. So here clicking and putting his name and email ID and phone number, that can be conversion. But most of the cases, it is a purchase. So when we say conversion from my email, when I'm sending out an email about my website and say buy from me, right? So that most of the people consider as a conversion is basically people are buying, but based on objective it changes. So most of the campaign which we do is not for a purchase. We will ask the people to register for a webinar in adm.qa. So the moment he register for, we consider this as a conversion. That's a one level of conversion. Now we have another level of conversion of the freemium level of conversion. That the person who's registered and go through the funnel and start getting the mentoring and other things. Then he upgrade his membership. It's called as it's called another conversion. So different levels of conversions also there. So conversion is very, very important on our digital marketing campaigns when we run. But it does not mean, do not misunderstand, it's not always the sales. It can be a form filling, can be an inquiry, can be a call, can be a newsletter, can be a download, can be just putting there, testing or opening an account, creating a profile. All things also considered as a conversion. So it depends on objectives, the conversion definition will change. Okay. Next is the conversion tracking. So now we should know how many people converted, how much percentage is the conversion ratio, and how many people are interacting with the brand, and how many people are coming to the funnel, and what is the status of the funnel, which level of the funnel they are. All the things is basically considered as a conversions. And on these conversion we need to track. So this tracking method through analytics we can have. So which are the places people are utilizing, etc. is important. Okay. Now cookies. Another important part is a cookie. This other thing. We usually get a lot of confusion. So what exactly cookie? You might have seen so many times when you visit a website, they'll ask you cookies period, cookies experience. They say about we use a cookie. So cookie is basically a kind of a file placed on our website user's hard drive. So basically, you use our website, a file I'm saving in your laptop. It's not a small thing. Hope you agree with that, right? So to remember data about the website user. So the cookies, you might have seen many of the cookies. You have a cookie experience, people click it. Yes. Would you like to have a cookie? And as per the government rule, we supposed to ask a permission from the from the laptop owner or a mobile owner or a website or a computer owner, whichever the devices. For example, you come to adm.qa to keep my cookie file in your laptop, in your hard drive, or your mobile devices, or to keep in your desktop drive. I need your permission as per the government rule. So most of the companies take that, including ours. We take the cookies permission. Without permission, it's illegal to have it. So that's why the permission required, because our file, the website owner's file, keeping in the laptop owner. So visitors are getting that user file. So this is normally a text file placed in the user. What is the purpose? It is to give the user experience better. That's usually the pleasant way to communicate, but it's basically based on the cookies. We understand various things about the consumers, etc. And it is for affiliate marketing, as you know, the cookies is very important. The affiliate marketing, if you're an affiliate marketer, if you have an affiliate website and you're affiliated with Amazon or a Flipkart or a Snapdeal or eBay or any other website you can affiliated, so you have an affiliate tracking ID. This affiliate tracking ID, from one computer, it goes to Amazon. So if this file is not there, we cannot actually get the commission, because Amazon don't understand which device is gone. So that's the reason in affiliate marketing, as you know, based on a cookies period, we discussed a cookies period a lot. Cookies period is usually 30 days, 1 year, maybe lifelong. The moment a person sign up with Amazon through your website, and the text file automatically there in his hard drive, unless he clear the cache. So it is there. So now later stage, whenever he directly go to that website, instead of coming through affiliate website, still you get paid. But condition, remember this one, it is based on the cookies. So that's the reason terminologies and the terms and conditions of these affiliators or affiliate marketers or a publisher or advertiser say that about us. If we have a cookies file access only, we can give you the commission. because otherwise technically it is not possible to trace the tracking of the cookies. So that's the reason. Cookies very important role. You need to check the cookies period. All of you remember that in affiliate marketing we discussed about the cookies period. Okay. Now, never forget the cookie has a very regulated one, different kind of cookies. Even AI cookies with AI is the most important things to all of us to study and utilize this for a campaign opportunity part. Okay. Now, CPC, cost per click, as the name indicate, every click of the user, clicking, we are paying money. That's another way. So the pricing arrangement is usually to advertisers is based on our CPC arrangement. Every click we pay the money to the advertiser. So whenever you click an ad, somebody is paying for it. Please don't forget that one. Okay. This I think CPM, cost per million. Milli is a Latin word, stand for 1,000. That's easy to remember that. Every 1,000 impressions or you're paying the money. So every 1,000 advertisement is shown, you're paying the money. In another word, if you're an affiliate website, every time 1,000 people visit your website, you have a CPM ad, you get paid, even though he's not clicking or buying the product. So this is called a CPM. Okay. So don't forget, CPM is another unit, you're paying the money. Okay. So CPM, every company give you, usually the display advertisement company give you CPM based. So CPM price value, you have to check it. No, CPM $4, $2, $8, depends upon the CPM companies, they give you CPM price. Okay. Now CPA. So in the mobile campaign, there is a CPA, a cost per acquisition. In the mobile campaign, especially, there is a separate very high acquisition cost. So it's a mobile campaign. It's especially included in the especially in the digital display advertisement. It comes that way. But actually, otherwise also CPA. All of we as an affiliate marketer, we have a CPA methods. We can also earn as an affiliate. You can also get paid for an affiliate. You can do that one. Okay. Yeah. Now, another thing is again a CPD. This is basically cost per download campaign. So in the mobile application you do, there's a campaign which people do. Every download we pay. So that's why mobile applications are marketed very well. So that's one of the best way to do advertisement as well. The person download your app. There's a possibility he's will be using it. It's a worth not much higher than the clicking that or inquiry generation ad. It is the moment someone download the app to his mobile device or a laptop, which is also very, very important. That's the reason a cost per download campaign is a fantastic campaign. So if you have mobile app when you are marketing, that's the thing we should be doing it is. Okay. So it's a CPD include lot many things. And it's a cost calculation is also very, very important for a CPD campaigns. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll go to digital display advertising, which we discussed. What's the DDA? So a form of digital marketing, that display ad appearing on various websites and mobile applications, and relevant commercial message to a specific audience. That's important. Though we, as you know, that online advertisement that's at which we only target based on a psychographic and demographic of the customers. We don't show an advertisement like irrelevant ad. We don't see like in newspapers and the commercial piece. So that's very important to understand this one. Okay. Now here, this is actually earlier I wanted to, instead of orange example, I wanted to show you about direct marketing. Then I thought it would be confusing. So direct marketing means what? So usually the direct marketing in the market is usually two times people usually use it. In our case, both are wrong. That's not the thing we are talking about. So direct marketing, usually people say somebody, with a product directly reaching out to the door-to-door marketing from the manufacturer, take the product and go door-to-door and office to office. And that's how traditionally people say direct marketing. Second one is people do direct marketing like multi-level marketing, that end below the bottom of the network or the member trying to sell his product apart from building a network. So there's a multi-level marketing people do, or those who experience know. One is you increase your membership, you increase them, you enroll the more number of distributors and the people who want to do direct multi-level marketing. Another one is basically you you also sell the product. So this are those two places people actually use the direct marketing, but this is not relevant to us. In the digital marketing campaign, direct marketing, I want you to delete this many other things which I spoke to you earlier, which is you all of you know that is okay. All of you know that is actually how do I say something new. So you actually was listening. I know you will actually pay attention and take. Oh, you understand. But direct marketing, you say, I know. So I want you to delete this from your from this in this proximity. We don't use it. So here is a direct marketing means a channel, an agnostic channel, which means an agnostic form of putting advertisement that allow business and non-profit organizations to communicate directly with the customers via advertising techniques. So it is basically direct marketing, a kind of a form generation of truth happening. So that exactly meant here. Maybe through various advertisement techniques, maybe can be remarketing technique, retargeting methods. So it is not necessary we need to tell them through how you're coming into it. So this is the method called direct marketing. It is not selling some products. Okay, so please do not. So direct marketing was one of the strategies in the display network. And that display, when we do, will be use the strategies also to reach out to the people directly communicating, but not the direct marketing. In the digital marketing, direct marketing is a completely different meaning. So please consider that point. Okay. Now, for example, when you say it's something that have you send out an email uh, to the list. Sometimes you do something interactive consumer in the website or online display ad or flyers, maybe a catalog, maybe a promotional letters, even out or advertisement or directly to reach out to the consumers. We do. Okay. All of you know what is email marketing, right? So, but email marketing important when you define the email marketing, the digital marketing perspective, the definition start with one thing: permission-based direct marketing. So permission direct marketing in the email. So permission required for email marketing. That's the reason opt-in list, double opt-in list become very, very important for us to use it. So the definition itself is that you can see a permission-based direct marketing, which uses electronic mail as a means of a communication, relevant commission messages, specific audience based on the profile of the members. So important is there must be opt-in list or a double opt-in. So if you are not familiar with what is opt-in and double opt-in and what is not opt-out and double opt-out, please refer the email marketing discussion which we had last week. So we did a 2 days of email marketing. So please kindly go through and understand about email marketing in detail. Okay. Now there is another thing called entry page. So what exactly an entry page? Entry page is a page viewed by a visitor. Okay, first time in the scene. It's not necessarily home page. Sometimes it can be landing page. It can be a different pages as well, because through the Google search he might have come, through advertisement he might have come, through CPM it has come. So various level he might come to, through a blog can come, through article it can come. So that's called an entry page. Entry page here is what, not a home page. Home page can be an entry page, but all the entry pages are not home page. So here is a digital marketing point of view. The entry page means which page they enter first. So it has a very significance in terms of conversion rate optimization. To bring the more conversion, entry page, one of the analytics time will look at which is the entry page of this customer. From which entry page coming people are getting more converted. Which entry page has a less conversion. So then we modify the entry page. So entry page, one of the web pages of your website can be your home page, can be your contact us page. It can be your product page. It can be maybe your offer page. We never know. So whichever the entry page, so entry page changes every time, every customer. So I entered to your website through a landing page. So that landing page, I entered to your website directly to the product URL. Maybe I entered directly to the your offer page, maybe a checkout page, maybe an event page, maybe a news page, maybe a contact us page. So all these are entry page. So whichever the entry page number is increasing, we need to modify this. And entry page to conversion, there's a direct connection. So through which entry page is coming and conversion is increased. And that's a constant improvement is required in that aspect. Then something called exit page. Then there is something called keyword spam. Another way of a keyword dense, keyword stuffing. That's exactly here is. The keyword stuffing we use, but in the advertisement point of view, it's called keyword spam. High keyword density. Yeah, keyword stuffing is that. That's called a keyword spam. Okay, so that's exactly the main which we discussed about it. There's something called key phrases. So a search phrase is basically a keyword that advertisers choose or that cause and appear when entered by users. So key phrases. So usually many of the network, like a Microsoft network, like a LinkedIn, if you go for an advertisement network, they actually consider this as an important aspect of what is that? The phrase, which phrase you wanted to target, which keyword you want to target. So these keyword is very, very important. You need to divide to go for various kinds of advertisement aspects on it. Okay. Landing page, we discussed in detail about landing page earlier, whichever the page is going to come for a particular one. So especially when you're doing a campaign, you need to have a landing page. So you have a page, usually we'll have website with thousands of pages or hundreds of pages. The consumer, we cannot expect to come to the homepage and go. You are particularly doing one campaign or something and people right away to land there. You might have seen in our website, adm.qa, we did a multiple landing page. When we did a YouTube, we did a separate landing page. Then we did it for our online shopping mall, we did another landing page for people to register, right? So we create a landing page for a particular purpose. So that's a landing page URL we use for your campaign purpose. So particularly if you're doing a one campaign, for example, you are having a kind of a niche of selling an organic products. Now you have a lot of organic products as your e-commerce website. In that e-commerce commerce, you have hundreds and thousands of products. So suddenly you saw an organic dress for small babies. So organic dress for small babies. That's product you want to do a campaign. So instead of you're expecting a person come to the homepage, go to the children page, then go to the dress, then choosing, it's a long process. The consumer may not do. So instead, from your website, organic, products.com, an example, /baby dress. So that should be your landing page. That person come to your website, come to your advertisement, they click. So arrival page can be a landing page. So that landing page, immediately a person you're communicating about the baby dress of organic dress. He did not go and the consumer don't have a time, this kind of a time to go and find out from website. So landing page is very, very important. And multiple purpose, we need to create a landing page. Actually, just before the workshop, I was working on a landing page for our 21st program. We decided to have a completely another landing page for our championship. So that will be start doing on a Monday or max by Tuesday onwards, another landing page for all of you can promote with the CPA program, whichever you have very high CPA this time. You can have a CPA and to do a campaign for 21st on Wednesday, which we have a discussion or a webinar is basically about our championship. As I told you about one day I'll do a complete session on a championship. So 21st. So 21st you'll have separate landing page, separate CPA programs, and you can have a very detailed about landing page to promote. So we create another landing. So that landing page, nothing talk about whatever we did, so many other aspects on our YouTube or affiliate or e-commerce, nothing. We directly talk about landing pages. Hey, there is a 30 days of championship. You can join. You can make $100 per day through your website or a mobile applications or your YouTube or a blog or your drop service business or a dropship business or through your affiliate marketing. So this is what exactly the landing page communication. And landing page is simply he register and he get the information about it and we will contact them. So this is called a landing page. Okay, so landing page is very important. I would like you to go to adm.websitebuilder.com. I repeat, adm.websitebuilder.com. You go to the landing page, there's a separate section. You can see in the separate section different kind of a landing page structures. And you can understand this structure you can look into and understand. Same with the funnel also, you can see adm.websitebuilder.com. A lot of funnels and landing pages will be there. Okay. So in a formal definition, a page that uses a land on when they click on a link, a search engine result page or advertisement result page, wherever it is. Okay. Link building, we discussed in detail earlier. So link building is a process of activity, cultivating incoming links to different sites. So that's called a link building activities. I think we discussed this very detail last week, so I'm not spending much time on a link part. And link popularity is very important, as you know, the credibility of the where the inbound link is coming. So from where you are getting a link, it's a very important to for a search engine prospecting to give you a ranking on it. Okay, so that is called link popularity, and the quality of that sites is also called popular. So you should have a popular link coming in, especially your inbound link should be a popular one. Okay. Now we have something called location-based advertisement. What is a location-based? A mobile unit being delivered to mobile users based on a specific geographic coordinates. Like a geofencing. Geofencing, basically, your fencing it is, don't show other places. But location-based advertisement is you're specifying the location. I want this kind of a places to show. It is not only one geo. So for example, you are a bookseller. You are selling a books on engineering books. You can decide near to the engineering colleges to show this advertisement. It can be in a different one country, in a different states and province you want to show. You can define that locations, or you want to decide to show whenever the person come to the airport. You want to show the advertisement. So you know you are targeting something. Somebody travel different countries or different flight journey people you want to target. You can actually have. You can actually target that kind of a location and do that one, or you can target specific geographic location, country, city, province, or like an airport, like a location you can choose. And you can also choose a kind of a location like like a sea. Somebody is traveling by sea. So this kind of a thing which is basically called as a location-based advertising, and is very powerful. And it's connected to geofencing because it's separated because one is start, and I'm putting a alphabetical order, one is L and one is G. It's again we here need to decide your location of your consumer. So when you create your psychographic and demographics, we need to utilize this information, where exactly your customers are from majorly. Do you remember the example which we discussed about when we discussed about the niche location, when we decided the niche, the psychographic and demographics, when we discussed this point. So we misunderstand. I told you about the mistake which I did for a Mariam hijab. So Mariam hijab is basically headscarf. I thought the maximum consumers are in Middle East, which is a wrong thing because I have that poor information about it, right? So all of you remember that one, where it was. US was the biggest market for a headscarf. So that my location has to be that way, right? Then Indonesia and Malaysia and Turkey was the second one. And UK stand for the second category. So then come to the Middle East market. So that's the reason these locations are very important for us to understand. So based on your niche, based on your consumer, you need to choose the location properly. So don't forget that one, okay? So it is basically that we are blessed to have a technology like this. We can use the longitude and latitude, and we can have that is to use it one. Okay, so we can have a devices based on this longitude and latitude. The moment reaches that, and Google and Facebook actually push the advertisement. So that is the reason different advertisement from different locations we see. So that's a good thing we can utilize on it. Okay. Meta tag. So meta tag we discussed very, very detailed when we discussed in the last week in the on-page SEO. So basically, the meta tag is a statement in the HTML that makes up a web page that provides the important information about the page content. So meta tag, as you know, you should know little coding and programming to do. But if you're using any of the platform, like an affiliate marketing platform or our OSM platform, you don't record an HTML. Without that also, you'll be able to do meta title and meta tag you do. Okay, please don't forget. Okay. So then information is provided to basically indexing to the website. So that's the reason this has become very important for a meta tag and meta title, meta image, meta video, everything. Okay. Now there's something called mobile ad server. So what exactly mobile ad server? A scalable, high-performance system made up of hardware and software that really delivers a mobile ad unit across all mobile channels. Now, you know that number of mobile devices are very high in the market. And when we wanted to put an advertisement, we have a huge mobile ad servers, we can actually get it. From that server, it's easy to push to the mobile ad, to the different mobiles. So this is called mobile ad server here. Okay, it's a part of our mobile marketing. So mobile marketing is and digital marketing, we are not yet completed. I think probably this week or next week we'll discuss about it. So, but anyway, as part of a glossary, I thought of just discussing that one. So marketing using a mobile devices in order to disseminate promotional or advertising message to target customers through ubiquitous wireless networks. So everywhere is the network. Ubiquitous is basically everywhere the network, wireless network is available. Nowadays, usually, majority of the places where we have target customers, actually, we have the consumers. Okay, so you can have a what is that? To target the consumers that way. As you know, in the mobile marketing, we get a very high conversion rate and very fast result. So that's the reason mobile marketing, but actually there's a different terminologies and the different techniques, the different tactics and strategies are different. That's the reason I thought of separating a mobile marketing and website marketing. And that's we finish all this now. Once we have finished the social media and display network, I think finished the display network. Now social media, Pinterest and Instagram is pending, and blog. These two things we finish. We'll go to mobile marketing aspect. So in the mobile marketing aspect, when you look into the very important aspect is actually to geofencing, as we discussed, and mobile marketing as well. Okay, so these mobile marketing, we need to give a lot of importance, whether it's a WhatsApp marketing or a Telegram marketing or a Facebook marketing. All the thing is actually connected to mobile devices. As you know, that we get the best information, best data to analyze, best psychographic and demographic information, best interest and remarketing and retargeting aspect we can fantastically receive from the mobile device. So we need to give that importance. That's the reason I put in the last portion is a mobile part of a digital marketing. Last portion we'll cover on a mobile marketing. So mobile marketing will give a very high conversion to us. Okay. Now, organic result, which we know, or a natural search result. Some companies like Microsoft uses a natural search result, and Google uses organic. So basically, without you are paying money, Google show your result as an organic result. That exactly purpose of SEO, search engine optimization, right? So you are not paying the money to the end. That's called an organic result. Okay, yeah. Now page impression. So which page impressions are request for a page site conducted made by a user. That site advertises are changed per PD being measured. So every impression, cost per impression, there's a CPI, cost per impression. Every impression you pay. So that's an important aspect of a CPI. So impression is basically, as we discussed, so the cost impression is right. Okay, and there is something called page views. How many people have seen the pages, and how many pages they've seen, and this is called a page views. And in a website, you might go 3 or 4 pages. So in a website the website has a one view, but every page, a number of pages which we went, and number of people are visiting the page is important. So total number of pages viewed. Repeated views of a single page are also counted here. So now somebody comes to the page 2 times, we count as a second visitor. There's something a unique visitor, we'll discuss about it, but page counting, so usually repeated visitors are also counted because the person coming back to the pages because he's interested in that product or service. Okay, so that is important aspect to consider there. Okay. Now there's the pages per visit. So actually an average number of pages viewed during the visit to a site. So a page per visit. So how many number of pages a person seen during your website visit? 5 pages is going, 10 pages is going, 20 pages is going. In a way, it is a good for more number of pages. Some cases not good, because instead of we have people come to a more number of pages, we have basically record more number of conversions. But another way you can understand a person who's visiting more number of pages, which means your website is overall is good, and there are so many products in your website is good, and good pages, informations are there. But the objective, you have more number of pages, you have a conversion. So you have more number of pages, people visiting, but no conversion, it's not good. Sometime you might have seen with a landing page. From there itself, people take money. So not making it to go to the different pages. Many other websites, you go to landing page, there itself is a buy button, and you pay. So that's also one method. Not necessary. So it depends upon how do you market. For example, you are doing a content marketing. It is good to have multiple pages and doing. You are on a comparison website. You're an affiliate website. Going to the multiple pages is good. you're an e-commerce website, and with the product description, you multiple pages, come to the main category, then go to sub-in category, then subcategories, then the product, then brand category, in the brand price category, in the price offer category, and then he's to. So by the time he visits a 10-20 website, so it means you are basically actually helping the person to take a decision. So we cannot usually say, and always it's good, may not good. Sometimes it's good, sometimes may not be a good measure to take it. So we need to consider, but how many pages they're visiting on. So repeated views of a single page also counted here. So remember that point. Okay, so it's also counted for the Google Analytics or any kind of analytic tool you are using. It's also counted that one. Okay. Then called paid search. What's exactly paid search? So here basically a search engine result data sponsored, paid for income. Now that means you are paying money for every search you're doing it. Then there is a permission-based marketing. What is permission-based marketing? A marketing efforts which recipients, as we as consumers, opt to receive an advertisement for that. So which is, it can be an opt-in emails, opt-in or a double opt-in, or sometime would you like to see this kind of advertisement? You see in a button. So we agree to see the advertisement. So that is called a permission-based marketing. And permission-based marketing is considered as a very good conversion. And actually, you will not get into any kind of a legal issues. That's a good thing about it. And you will not waste money as well. So that's called permission-based thing. Okay. Now, so this is a permission. Now we go to plan of action. I think your time is almost up now. So plan of action will start tomorrow. And I think I was hurrying up in the last, I don't think I can finish because I only reached up to P. Now we have so many things to complete on it. Okay. So what we do is, I think tomorrow or, maybe, tomorrow what we do, we can finish this plan of action up to Z of the glossary. Then we will also, I think the previously pending Instagram and Pinterest also we cover tomorrow. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. I believe it is, you got us, okay. All the information about it. I know you'll have many questions to ask. So a couple of minutes from now, I'll join you in the mastermind discussion and to discuss all the questions. I'm looking forward you to do this one. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. I'll join you in the mastermind soon. Thank you.